So, good day and welcome to Sports Mugs with the column. As usual, the full panel is here today. Welcome Taf, welcome Tam.
How's it?
I'm good. I'm very, very good.
I'm okay, yeah. No complaints.
I'm Tank, by the way.
Great Sunday.
Tank, we Arsenal. That's what.
But did you see
Yeah,
it coming? The 3-1.
Yes. If the viewers or the listeners can go listen to the midweek last week with Tabo, I said Arsenal 3-1. Yeah. So
Where did United get it wrong?
where did United get it wrong? Like what I've been telling Tabo for the past 2 weeks is that I don't believe that Manchester United have improved themselves this season. In the market, on the pitch, what I saw from them was what we've been seeing against the big sides for the past 2 years under Ten Hag, however long he's been there. So I don't know why they thought that this time was going to be different.
Maybe they bought a Haaland light.
A Haaland light.
Haaland light.
Yeah, he looked a bit.
He looked sharp.
He looked sharp. I mean, he looked like to have a thing about him. Yeah, we haven't seen him with an open goal and the ball at his feet. Maybe.
I would have thought that you said it looks sharp. I mean, just for the few minutes he played,
That's what I'm saying. He had a thing about him.
it gives us a focal point now, playing through the middle. It's doing something Marshall wasn't providing
But
us.
where
Back
Ghost
to
was
the
doing
defense,
Tim,
holding
did
up.
you
No,
expect
well,
that
not
result?
Hawkers. Of course, as I've always said, and it's always been known, Manchester United are slow starters. It's actually amazing that we're on how many points? 6 points. Usually, we'll start and then get our things going. Which is why let's say
Should be on
we just
4.
have to wait for the 10th game to make a judgment.
So-
I mean, this is the first month of the window. I mean, like the last part of the window. So you just need to get your signings in. Then from there you work going forward.
Yeah, but look, my
us
thing
to
with
be
Manchester
saying-
United, Tavato, look at the business that they've done. Which of those signings makes them better?
Maybe Onana.
No, because he's not as good a shot stopper as.
But
Well,
we're in the
I
age
think
of a
it-
ball
it-
playing
it-
keeper, are we not?
I think it's all about the coach, because that type of play worked for him at Ajax,
Yeah.
whereby you have a ball playing keeper, you build from the back using
Yeah.
a keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Probably that's what he's trying to do at United. But now, does he have the human resources to do that?
oh, you would think so.
But
Like for
guys-
someone who wants to counter attack,
Okay.
you've got Sancho, you've got Rashford, you've got Anthony.
No,
You'd be
not
thinking,
who says
ah.
want to counter attack. That's the reason why we got a ball playing keeper. Our players were
Yeah, because
building
he wants to
from
do
the
route
back.
one.
No,
No.
you're building from the back, chairman.
You can't build from the back with Maguire and Evans, guys.
But we've got Martinez, who was a partner of Onana
Yeah,
at
but
Ajax.
now he's injured. What are you going to do?
That's why we've got backup. That's why
Johnny Evans.
We've got Lindelof. That's the first stop.
He's
You
a
go
ball
to.
playing defender.
Actually, he is. There's a point where we would have wanted to play him as a CTM sometime last season. From the way I know things.
Maguire
Actually, I think in Sweden that's where he plays
plays where?
in the midfield.
Lindelof.
Lindelof does.
But
play
he's
in
a
the
bad
midfield.
defender, not to begin with.
I don't know why we should
Like-
describe as a bad defender.
Like no,
I
look,
mean,
I'm like maybe it might feel like I'm saying these are bad.
in a
football
barroom,
people.
in a barroom argument, I would agree with you. But in a,
Huh?
yes, that's what you call barroom banter. But I mean,
No. Look, if you look at Lindelof, if you look at Lindelof, if you look at Lindelof, I would say us at Arsenal, I would say as defenders, the four centre backs that we have.
but surely it's better than Ben White.
No, it's not. Remember Ben White was a standout player when he was playing centre back at Brighton. He was bought at Arsenal because he was a brilliant centre back.
Yeah, but then Lindelof is a squad player. I mean, if you're gonna have
Okay.
Lindelof coming
No,
in,
it's okay.
if
Sam.
either Varane and
So maybe just let us
Martinez
know,
gets
what do
injured.
you think went wrong?
in the Arsenal
for
game,
United? Yeah.
really, Casemiro is still yet to get up to the pace. You know, he's still a bit chubby and he's chubby. He's still yet to get up to speed, and the team is yet to gel. We still don't know how we're going to accommodate how Hojlund in. And if you watch that game, Rashford scored a beautiful goal, and we're playing on the back. I mean, countering. We're playing countering football throughout the game, and we nearly nicked it. If it wasn't for a dubious offside call
I never thought I would hear this day,
But you know what?
and the penalty shout that went the other way.
never
But with
thought
the way the English
Hoyland
Premier
was
League,
clearly
with
fouled.
the way the English Premier League is so cutthroat,
Ah.
especially last season and possibly this season, where you have like 6, 7 teams with realistic chances of making in the top 4.
Yeah.
Isn't a slow start a luxury?
But it's not as slow as we would have put it. I mean, how many points is that? 6.
6
It's
out
okay.
of 4.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
6
okay.
from 12, half the points.
It's fine.
They really should have 4.
Yeah,
Shouldn't they?
I actually thought the game was going to be a draw.
Really?
It was heading towards that.
Why would you think
I
that?
thought it was going to be a draw. Well, the same description you gave about United, whereby you say you don't think the signings which they made actually made United better, it's the same thing I also say about Arsenal.
Really?
Yes. All right. Which signing do you think has improved Arsenal?
Do you know, like this weekend, Thomas Partey was injured. If Rice had not been signed, we would be fish food.
Okay, no, I understand. But all things being constant,
Yeah.
does Rice make Arsenal better?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Because look,
Rice
if
makes Arsenal better.
Rice was
But
probably top 3 best defensive centre backs last season, according to defensive midfielder, according to me, right? Now Arsenal, according to last season's performances, now Arsenal has got 2 of them.
Okay.
Under whatever metric that makes the team better. He's a known quantity. He's produced consistently in the EPL for the better part of 3-4 years. Right? It's a different kettle of fish than Caicedo or Lavia. Yeah? I would say it's even it's a more sure bet than buying Szoboszlai, who's been brilliant, by the way, right? Who's been brilliant. But I'm saying when you're buying Rice, you are guaranteed.
On the basis of what you're saying, like if City stuck and it stayed bought Harry Kane, it would have been a better risk than going to sign Highland from Dortmund.
I would think so. I would think if you're getting Kane, you know exactly what you're getting. Remember when that season started, everyone had questions about Haaland. Will he do it? Will he be as good as he's been?
Exceptional talent is
and he was exceptional, right? But with Kane, if you're paying 200 million, you know if he can score 30 at Tottenham, bro, imagine what he's going to do at City.
No, but we can't choose that as a basis. I mean, look at Casemiro. He just came in and walked into Manchester and walked into the Premier League.
Casemiro has been doing what he's doing at Manchester United for the better part of a decade and a half.
Yeah, so I mean...
So there's no risk there. No. It's like buying Wojtgorst.
I think what Tank is saying, I actually think it makes sense. He's saying the reason why he says Rice actually makes Arsenal better is because you are buying a quantity which you know has been delivering in the EPL for the past 3 seasons.
Yeah. But then what you should know is that...
was the same thing with Casemiro. You're also saying the same thing. Casemiro has been delivering at the highest level at Real Madrid, at Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is this, guys, at the end of the day, and it's about how you get into the team and get into the philosophy. What he was doing at West Ham is probably what he was different from what he was doing at Arsenal.
No.
He's going to do it at Arsenal.
No, what he did on Sunday is exactly what he's been doing at West Ham for years. Just make sure that no one runs at Saliba and Gabriel.
Protect them.
Move when we have the ball, advance the ball. Right? No one wants you to pull a rabbit out of a hat. Just do that. Give us a 7.5 out of 10 in that every week. Just do that.
But for me,
don't be a super. Don't fly.
Not to talk up Arsenal a lot. I mean, I think Nketiah leading the line. I don't see him scoring more than 20 goals, and I don't think the England goal is justified. So I mean, already
Nketiah made England.
Yeah.
I mean, they're giving caps.
I mean, who's better?
They're giving caps just like that. We've always said about Southgate just giving people caps.
So you know what? Now that you're saying it, who will they have put?
Instead, or maybe as cover for Jesus, yes.
No, in England.
For England.
Because Ivan Toney
is banned.
Ivan Toney is banned.
That Everton guy is always injured.
Yeah, he
He's
hasn't.
always on his training.
Dominic
Yeah.
Calvert-Lewin hasn't played in.
I mean, I was saying
Consistently.
Is Oli
I
Watkins
was
in?
saying England. No, but wait.
Oli Watkins is
That's
in.
the guy I wanted to say. Could have been in. He's not.
He's not.
Eh.
What about Callum
He's not. Yeah, he's
Callum
not.
who?
Callum Wilson.
Wilson?
Eh.
So it's tricky. But if Southgate is selecting these players by current form,
Mhm.
then
Why
there's
shouldn't
someone
Ketia
who
be?
deserves to have a cap? Probably that type of cap whereby you just jump in the 85th minute after Kane has done the work.
Yeah,
Do you know?
But,
Do you know who shouldn't be in the England team though? Who? Harry Maguire.
no, Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire shouldn't be in any team.
Harry
No, Harry Maguire's
delivers
English
consistently.
performances
Is
are
different
worlds
from
apart
Manchester
from the.
United. He's another player altogether.
No, but if that's the case, which for if I'm gonna be honest, has been England's problem for a long time before Hodgson came in. The fact that it's Wayne Rooney. Yeah? It's Wayne Rooney.
No, each coach has got his horses.
Do you know what?
That's why you find that
the
Muller
thing
is
with
big for
the
Germany.
thing with Maguire is for England he delivers.
So if we're using that same token, then Nketiah might as well go as well, yeah? He might be the
Maybe that's why he was selected. But
What?
if Ivan Toney was there, I don't think he was going to be selected.
What has Nketiah done really?
Guys,
Well,
Nketiah
he
has got the
scored.
same. How many goals does Rashford have this
How
season?
many goals?
Ketia has got like 2 goals.
2 goals this season, yeah.
So that warrants an English call-up.
What does?
Probably,
If it's not goals, what does?
Probably, let's just say he's trying to widen his base. Because I don't think Ketia will play more than 10 minutes.
So he's a squad player in this one. That's what
He's
I'm
a
saying.
squad player. Squad player, why? Because Callum
Wilson.
No. That Everton guy.
That's
He's always injured.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Ivan Toney is not there.
No, but guys, I would
Oli
say
Watkins would have been a better. I think Oli Watkins is a better striker than
I've
Nketiah.
watched Aston Villa. I think I've watched 3 of their games so far.
But I would have
He's not
thought on merit.
doing too well.
On merit, I would have gave it to him first.
what merit? How many goals does he have this season?
I mean, he's been playing well for Aston
But you know what?
Villa.
There's a guy.
Come on, guys. And
There's a guy,
Nketiah hasn't.
The guy who's at Nottingham Forest.
Which one?
Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah, that one I would put him.
Is he not?
I
He's
hate
not at
Nketiah.
Spurs.
Oh, he's not at Spurs.
Yes.
And he's
Yes,
not playing at
Spurs
Spurs.
He just signed.
Guys, Nketiah, yeah, I'm saying
That guy is very good.
Nketiah, this season that we're talking
That guy
about,
is
yeah?
very good.
The same season where Darwin has scored 2 goals. Rashford had now at 1, yeah?
Which is why I always
Nketiah.
say,
Yeah.
Darwin has only started 1 game.
Yeah, so has Nketiah.
which is why I
Which
always
didn't,
say,
and he didn't even score in the game that he
which
started.
is why I always say, guys, and it's best to have an opinion or a foresight of the season after 10 games. You know what's happening.
No.
So
after
we
10
should be
games
quiet
for the
now.
season, right? But now we're talking about the English selection. They based it on this. fact.
Someone had to select on
He
something.
had to select on something.
Was he gonna say wait for 10 games, then I'll select?
If that was the matrix, then fair play.
It's hard. What is Nketiah? Is he a winger? Is he a centre forward?
right.
Is he
What do you mean a
CF?
winger? Have you ever
Is
seen
he
him
a
playing as a winger?
CF? Is he? What is he?
Have you ever seen him playing as a winger?
It's just a nothing striker. It's just a nothing striker.
He holds England's scoring record at an under 21 level.
Under 21.
He's got more goals last season.
Cole Palmer
Only-
has got a lot
only-
of accolades.
No, but not
Cole
personal.
Palmer.
Which personal
I mean, if we're gonna
accolade?
take it down there.
Which
we're gonna
personal
take-
accolade does Cole Palmer have?
He's got several. I think
Which one? Just name one.
Under 21s you're talking about.
Yeah,
as well.
which
I'm sure
one?
He's got something. He's got a World Cup.
Yeah, but that's a team accolade. You can get that even by sitting on the bench. But you choose to be the record scorer of that.
But I
age
know
group.
personally, I'll say this. I think with if they're going to use the past 4 games to select a squad had to be selected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I was saying that
if with
England
with
has gone
current
that
form-
far where
with
they just
current
have
form.
to look for scraps.
Right, this is
Nketiah
England. After Harry
makes
Kane,
that.
who's
I know is. No, I just think it doesn't have the mental personally. I think even to carry Arsenal. That's why I'm like, if Arsenal people are talking, I always say, but you've got Nketiah leading the line.
Tavazo, who scored the winning goal against United last year?
For us now.
Hmm.
I'm not
It
sure.
was
How
Eddie-
many
it was
goals
Eddie
did Eddie
Nketiah.
Nketiah score last season?
I think he had 9.
And then you expect that
And he
person
was-
to carry you through
No.
versus a Haaland.
No.
He was injured.
Listen.
But how many did Anthony score?
He's-
Anthony was 80 million pounds. 80 million
Anthony
pounds.
is a winger.
That's what I'm saying. To say, what did he produce for 80 million pounds?
No, if you're
Or
going to
Sancho.
if you're going to objectively look at football just as a scoring part, and there's the pass before the pass.
No, but I'm saying
there's
he's
a work rate he puts in. He drops back, he carries the
Yeah.
ball, he goes forward.
I
which
would,
is why
I would
he
tell
keeps
you,
playing.
I would tell you for a fact that Nketiah works harder than Anthony.
Right,
on
you
the
watch
pitch.
more of Arsenal, I watch more of United.
No, I watch football.
I watch
particularly
football
the
every
big
week.
ones. Yeah,
I watch every single
yeah.
game.
But I can guarantee you,
Can we prove that statistically?
Nketiah works
No,
harder than
can we
Anthony.
prove that statistically? Because I mean,
Okay, I will look that up while we move
no,
on.
it's just pointless to us
but
say
but
that he does it. We all watch football that much.
The Nketiah that was
For me, that's why my argument is Nketiah, honestly, England, Nketiah leading Arsenal to a Premier League title. What do you liken him to, like in the past, Arsenal players, strikers? Is he like, what's this guy's called, Tafata?
Ian Wright.
Yes, exactly. Is he an Ian Wright? Is he a Thierry Henry? Is he an Elka? Is he a, let's see.
I would actually place him as a poor version of an Anelka.
Yeah,
but
that's what I had in mind.
Okay, but it's a disclaimer. He's too young.
He's been young.
No, but
There's
he's
a
too
time
young.
they loaned him to Leeds. Was it Leeds?
He was
he was
a teenager
18.
like that.
And how did he perform?
At Leeds, he actually did well.
very
They
well.
actually
Probably.
recalled him from his loan.
I think that's his level. Honestly speaking,
But
that's his level.
well, good thing you're not the England coach, because look
I'm
at him now.
actually I was actually disappointed with Arsenal because I actually thought Balogun is a better striker.
Nketiah.
Yeah.
We had this Balogun argument. I remember that.
Yeah, but
We're like,
remember, I agree with you actually.
you were saying
I think Balogun is a better striker than Nketiah, but I think it was a question of circumstance. The guy has got one season, one year left on his contract.
And he wants to start.
He wants to start every game,
which is not going to get at Arsenal.
which he won't get at Arsenal.
Yeah.
So you've got only now to get some money for him.
Yeah.
So
and then it chose Monaco.
no, Arsenal chose Monaco.
No, he chose Monaco as well.
He wanted to stay in the Premier League.
He wanted to go to AC Milan, but then Monaco had a better offer.
No, he wanted to stay in the Premier League.
And he had been playing in France.
Let's talk about Newcastle.
Yeah.
What's going on at the Tunan?
No, the Newcastle
Reality
had a horrible
check.
start. It is a horrible.
So Newcastle can have a horrible start, and when Manchester United has a decent start.
No, look at Newcastle's games. Who are the 4 games that they've played so far?
I've seen all of them. They've been playing below par, really.
Yeah, but who have they played so far?
They play Manchester City.
Mm-hmm.
They played Aston Villa
Mm-hmm.
and Liverpool.
Mm.
And they've played Brighton. And they're
So-
obliterated by Brighton. Did you watch the Brighton game?
Yeah, I did. So just one.
Tell me how the Brighton game went. And you'll tell me that Newcastle had a plan. Playing at Dan Burn
Guys,
at right back.
is
So
a shame.
which comes back to my point, which I told you. Not sure if it was on this show. It was in one of our bar talks. Newcastle fluked it last season, guys.
I
They
agree
fluked
with
it.
that. I agree with that.
Why I say they fluked it?
Mm.
Because Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, those are usually the protagonists for the top 4. They had a poor season.
And Newcastle took
And
chances.
Newcastle took chances. If Brighton had won 2-3 more games, they would have been there as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Even Aston Villa is pressing.
So you see,
Even Aston
But guys, that can
and the other thing with Newcastle, right?
Yeah.
Newcastle, which was being coached by, was it Steve Bruce before?
Yes, it was Steve Bruce.
Most of the guys are still there.
That's why I'm like, Dan Burn is still a right back.
Longstaff is still there.
Shea is still there.
You see?
No, guys.
Jamal Lascelles is
Look,
still
if
there.
you-
What were the additions? What were the additions that
So
make
they-
you think just on this window?
Besides Tonali,
Tonali I think was good.
was good, but if you're going to be fighting on
All France
all fronts,
playing midweek games.
in the Champions League and trying to reclaim the top 4
not
against a
easy.
resurgent Liverpool.
And Chelsea. Don't write off Chelsea. Actually, Chelsea have been good.
What about the Brighton? How good is
Brighton is looking sharp.
That's why I'm shocked, guys. You guys are beating down Newcastle for losing to Brighton.
No,
They were outplaying. I mean, this is a Brighton that is
okay.
from losing to West Ham.
No, the point why we
They lost to Liverpool.
okay,
Like what you're saying,
no,
a resurgent Liverpool.
Why we're saying that? We're talking down on Newcastle, right? We saw the Brighton game. The team put up a fight.
Yeah, but I'm like, look.
No, for a team of its caliber, right? They had a great season last season.
Yeah.
They should be taking it up a notch further. But there was no fight. Just like the Liverpool game, they failed to obliterate a 10-man Liverpool.
Look, we failed
Liverpool,
to...
which played like 3/4 of the game with 10 men.
We failed to beat a 10-man Forest, I think it is.
A 10-man Forest.
No, Fulham.
Fulham.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you saw the Newcastle Liverpool, the majority of the possession, they like
these are
Brighton's
Brighton's results. 4-1 against Luton, 4-1 against Wolves, 3-1 West Ham, 3-1 Newcastle.
They lost to West Ham, right?
Yes, they lost to West Ham 3-1. Does that make them a horrible
Brighton well coached?
It's brilliant. It's immaculately coached. I think it's so well coached that once you leave that system, it shows how average you are as a player. Or as a coach. I don't know if it's the coaching. Maybe there's something there about the whole philosophy, the whole structure. It's Brighton.
No, Brighton, they're always a step ahead. They lost a coach. They knew what they're going to find to replace. The system they have.
Imagine having a girlfriend like that, bro.
Yeah,
knowing that the day I mess up, that's the all that's going to take my
Because
pride.
even if you look, when what's his name went, the Cucurella went, they Estupinan coming in. What's his name? This guy left.
Then Pesuma
left. That Caicedo left. There's a Cameroonian guy.
There's a guy.
Yes. Mitoma, they are probably sure they've got cover.
Bought the Cameroonian guy for like 2 million.
I know. And when they asked him, is he the replacement to Caicedo? He's like, yes, they play the same. Probably he's even better.
For me, there's
you can imagine.
So there's only one ex-Brighton player that's done well after Brighton.
Who?
Ben White.
To believe what they say.
Is there someone else?
Oh, fair play. Well, the moment Ben White moved to Arsenal, he starting it
in England.
Yeah.
I don't think it's because of the name of the club he went to.
Let's move on to the other game, which was the Chelsea.
That's another. Why should we talk about Chelsea?
No, actually, Chelsea are good.
Yeah?
Chelsea are good. I've watched a lot of Premier League so far, and I can tell you that it's bubbling. Okay. It's about to vote. And when it starts delivering, it will come good.
Well, look, I'll tell you something.
With Jackson.
Yes, it's Jackson. I mean, that's what they have in front there right now. And
yeah, but now,
guys, you can't tell me Newcastle that's losing to Liverpool, that's losing to Brighton, that's a bad team. But Chelsea that's losing to West Ham 3-1. Losing to Nottingham Forest 1-0.
No, that's what I'm saying. Team. If you've been watching the games, don't follow numbers yet.
No.
It's still soon. Why am I saying this?
This is a numbers. It's a results.
It's a results based, but
it's
results based. Yeah. But you can see a team. You can see the idea. You can see that it's cooking.
I've also watched Chelsea. I've also watched Chelsea games. Raheem Sterling is creating chances like no man.
He's sharp.
There's no one to score.
But there's no one to score.
Gusto. That's his name. Gusto is playing well. I mean, they've got Chiku Maker. And Matuweka.
Personally, I
think Mudrik.
Chelsea's problem is at the front.
Pound for pound, who's got a better team, Newcastle or
Chelsea? Because Enzo is cooking.
Who's got a better team, Chelsea or Newcastle?
On paper. Well, it's Chelsea.
There's an answer there.
But on paper.
I'm getting my point. At the front, they've got no one.
I think
the other guys.
Jackson. What's wrong with Jackson? Jackson is what's his name? Darwin Núñez for me.
He's raw.
Jackson is
not raw.
Jackson has started is Darwin Núñez in 2022.
Yeah.
Jackson has started every game and they scored. Is it 1 goal?
Yes, 1.
He scored.
No, he hasn't scored.
He scored 1.
No, he doesn't score. That was the
scored 1
guy
goal.
Decisive scored.
No, he scored 1. At that time when Kuda was like Jackson will score more than Nunes this season.
Oh, okay.
Scored 1 goal.
Scored 1 goal.
Look, I've seen him play. To me, he looks like he's a good player, but he's still raw.
Have you seen him
He
before?
snatches at shots.
Before you was at Chelsea, did you ever get to watch any of his games?
no.
I watched
All right,
his
so
games.
let's just move on
I
to
watched his games.
just let's summarize the Liverpool game and the
Why must we summarize
Tottenham
it?
game.
We want to
No, I
go
want
deep.
to move on to other things.
We want to.
Tottenham.
Yeah, the Tottenham game. Eish, how good is James Maddison?
He's
Matters.
cooking, man.
Matters
cooking.
outlined.
He's cooking.
Matters.
He's cooking.
That's why he deserves the England call up right now. And I hope
He's
the
cooking.
best for him, really.
He's cooking, eh?
Madison is cooking. Well, look, Nunes is he's looking like he might get to the 20 that you were talking about.
Nah, you
After
scored
all, but
20 goals.
what Liverpool, what Klopp did well, as I was complaining about, remember, before the season started, is he's built, in my view, a world-class midfield there.
He's just replaced. He did well replacing the guys.
He's built a world-class midfield without paying £300 million like Todd Bowley.
Yeah.
Did he?
Eh?
If we look across those signings, are you telling me they're not going to get to anywhere 200 million?
Wait, Liverpool.
Liverpool. How much was Super Sly?
Sub was like, you just Google it.
67, somewhere there.
I think it was 30.
How much?
No, do you know what?
How much was McAllister?
The net
30.
result. The net result. We got 60 million for Anderson and Fabinho.
No, but even the outlay itself, the direct outlay on them, one is, I mean, McAllister is 30. That finishes the conversation.
Yeah.
McAllister was £30 million.
Endo wasn't he like 20?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see, but I mean, they're looking okay. They're not too bad.
Looking good.
They're not bad.
Yeah.
Not too good, not bad. Can never talk good about Liverpool.
It's all right.
But no, I'm actually impressed by Darwin Nunes. You know, the first game against Chelsea started on the bench. I think he came in when there's like 15 minutes left. The best chance we had during the game came from him. Okay. Then the Newcastle one, you also what he did. The chips were down. Then the last game, this one, he hit the bar twice.
No,
He hit the bar twice.
They did
And
say
he had 2 assists.
They did say that.
He had 2 assists. Both goals, the assists came from
credit to him. I remember when he was at Benfica.
The
I think
first
I watched
season
a
he
few.
struggled.
I mean, it's the transition into the Premier League, and besides, during the preseason, he's been working with Marcel Bielsa, so there's a lot he's gained. And
Do you think,
for me, I think that he was good enough to be like Haaland. He might, but Haaland, the bar is too far, man. No one will get to those Haaland levels. He'll get somewhere close,
Plus,
but not Haaland.
Funza, but that's a story for another day.
I know Haaland is good, guys. I know even the first game versus Burnley, the goals, he's just dead.
But anyway, so do you think Liverpool wins the league, tough?
Nah, it's still too early, but top four, I'm pretty
For sure.
confident. Top 4, I'm pretty confident.
That's something reasonable said.
That's the first thing.
No, I isn't yet.
It's not
We're doing
punches
serious
then.
business.
It's
We're not doing
not punches
talk.
then.
Nah,
It's something normal for once.
Liverpool.
How about Luton? I watched Luton on Friday.
Luton is going, huh?
Ah,
But we
it's
agreed
a
before the
flat.
season started
Like,
Those are the first
they're
candidates to
flat.
go.
that there's nothing there.
Those are the
They've
first
got-
candidates
They've
to go.
they've revamped their
like the
stadium. They've
Nakambas
added
are
1,000.
big Renova. Like,
They've added 1,000 seats in their new stadium.
It was mandatory. No, what they did, they walked in the commentary box and meet their hospitality things. They had to upgrade that
stadium looks
to
like
meet the Premier League standards.
The point,
that
the reason
stadium-
why I was talking about adding 1,000 is because they're no longer the smallest capacity after their renovation.
Who's the smallest?
Back to Bournemouth.
How many
you know,
is
you
it?
could see houses next to the.
They're in the
ground.
middle.
Yeah, it's like right
Isn't it?
next, like
Got McGrath Stadium. Okay.
So I think is there anything else that's topical in the EPL? Sancho?
EPL.
Does anyone want to talk about Sancho?
There's nothing to talk about there. He's just going to face disciplinary measures. That was and anyways, Son. We didn't talk about Tottenham.
We did talk about medicine.
But Son, I mean, is he taking over the scoring prowess?
I don't think
Who's Tottenham striker? Oh, there's that guy from
There was
Nottingham.
Richarlison.
And Richarlison is having
Richarlison
He's
is in
having a
trouble. That's why there's
Richarlison.
Brendan. That's his name, Brennan. It's Brennan.
Brennan Johnson.
Brendan Johnson. Hey,
Richarlison is struggling.
he's having a stinker.
He's
I-
in KT.
the
Was
thing-
Richarlison ever a good scorer?
For me, he's not an out and out
No,
striker.
He's not
He's
an
a
out and
winger.
out striker.
Yeah, from the
Richarlison-
first day I saw him at Watford. No.
Richarlison is definitely
Just
a,
that Brazil uses him as a striker.
yeah.
It's not gonna work at Tottenham.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Get found out.
So Tam,
Yeah.
we have it on good grounds that this past week Zimbabwe lost a cricketing legend, Bulawayo boy Hit Streak, who unfortunately lost his fight to cancer. After we had received reports that he had died, and then he spoke to us again from the grave, and then eventually it was confirmed that he had passed on. As a cricketer yourself, what did it mean for cricketers at that time to have people of the caliber of Heat Streak representing their country?
I think it's Streak. It's a loss that as a champion. I mean, for me personally, as well as an inspiration, and particularly for guys from Matebele, and he fought for people to be, recognized and given a chance in the national team. The likes of Chris Mpofu, he's the one who fought that he actually gets a chance there. And as a captain for Zimbabwe, okay, from the time I watched his streak, there are a couple of, memories I have.
Yeah, they say he was Zim's most successful captain,
Yeah, I'd say so.
leading the team to 4 test wins.
Yeah, and he nearly had a double, like 200 wickets and 2,000 runs.
Yeah, I
He
looked
missed
at his
that by 10 runs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and for me, his streak, he'll go down as Zimbabwe's best cricketer. I mean, yes, we've got the Razas and the Brendan Taylors coming, but all round cricket, captaining and play and everything about him. I mean, I remember the West Indies innings. There was a test match. We scored his mate 127 not
One
out.
which we drew.
That one is true. That's Ridley Jacobs gave us a tough time, and we ended up throwing it. But his streak as a captain, what a guy. And it's a loss really for Zimbabwe cricket, and it's unfortunate that we never quite tapped into his full potential as a coach. But the little we tried, we had him. No, he really did well, though he never qualified for that World Cup. But you could tell that there's something brewing, and unfortunately, may so rest in peace.
When he was coaching, we were on to something. Just that we had a train smash of a qualifying tournament. Because remember, we won our first series away from home after a number of years. The one which we won in Sri Lanka. And we almost nicked that one off test.
Yeah, true.
Against Sri Lanka.
What do you think is, from Dave Houghton's style of cricket and his strict style of cricket, do you think that could have been the foundation, to where we are now cricket-wise in terms of style of play before Rashford came in, right? Let me say that. Are we not playing
like the
similar style of cricket?
The similarities I can see during his strict tenure and the current tenure, Dave Houghton.
Yeah.
You could see players were enjoying their game.
Yeah, true that.
You would see players were enjoying their game. Like he had the likes of Solomon Mire opening the batting with Hamilton Masakadza.
And they were aggressive up front. Yeah.
Do you think? Do you guys think that no matter where our cricket goes, we've got to maintain that philosophy of aggression in our batting? Seems it's done well for us over the past couple of years.
Well,
being brought in by Heat Streak and Dave Houghton definitely.
I'm not sure now, because the thing of being aggressive, when it goes on well, you see some beautiful cricket.
High risk, high reward.
Yes, but when it flops now, like the Scotland game, when it flops, you cry.
Yeah.
No, like
but because now we were overly aggressive that game.
The thing with Heat Streak, Dave is overly aggressive. Heat Streak's teams had a little bit of caution.
Balance,
which is
a little bit of balance.
No, like
because you see, you had like Hamilton Masakadza opening with Solomon Mire. Hamilton Masakadza is very experienced. Solomon Mire was a hard hitter. Then you had Craig Evan coming at number 3. So you see the top was very experienced, and they wouldn't throw away wickets like the current.
Yeah.
The
No,
current
for me,
guys are doing.
if you give too much freedom to guys, especially if it's an OTI, when the advent of T20 cricket, you've got Raza playing across almost T20 and most guys. So you don't want them turning an OTI into a T20. You know, then that becomes risky. I mean, like if you look at the way the Scotland game,
we were over.
there are times where you just needed to just knock it around, get ones and twos.
Just hold them,
No
keep
need
the
to
wickets.
no need to look for the big boundary. So
I've got one more question.
But I also think like we probably let him down. Like 2018 isn't, I said we're on to something. Like we just had a train smash of a qualifying campaign, but we're on to something. Even the 2003, the Rebel debacle, like we had a very good 2003 World Cup. I remember after the 2003 World Cup, that's when Henry Olonga left, Andy Flower retired. We played in England. We beat England in England after the 2000. Everything was going well. Like that team had good up and coming players with like Stuart Matsenyere, Vusisi Vanda.
I always remember the 44 he scored.
That guy friend. What's his
Travis Friend.
Sean Evans. Sean Evans was up and coming. Like
that was a good squad.
That was a good squad.
Barney Rogers.
Yeah, and
the opening
what
better.
happened. I wouldn't know the intricate details, but I don't think there was any effort which was made for reconciliation there. But anyway, it's in the past.
It's done.
So there are two phases in the cricketing life of this country where we probably will have failed him. Even when he had his case, the current case where attempted match fixing, like it's like we started ostracizing. Like,
to say it's a hot potato. Rather than embracing him and doing what we can.
So I hope we don't do the same with Brendan Taylor.
But that's what's happening. I think
that is what
because Brendan Taylor, he carried this team for a number of years.
But it's unfortunate how these match fixing incidents, come up. You go to the ICC, you give them facts, and you tell them, okay, this is what happened. I was approached, but still they'll go on and sanction you. So you'll find that these guys might not have actually match fixed.
Do you think if you're not,
or took the money?
Do you think if you're not from Zimbabwe, you would get a different penalty?
Yes, there are guys like that. No, not really. Not really.
ICC is tough on match fixing.
But no. What's his name?
I could see the job they were doing in the stadiums.
Mohammed Ashrafu was a Bangladesh prodigy, and he came up through the ranks and was one of the top batsmen, and he went through a match fixing inquiry, and he was banned for life. And then you've got Shakib as well, but then his Shakib made his way through.
I do have one more question on Hitstrick's legacy. Do you think his death marks the beginning of the end of Bulawayo's massive contribution to Zimbabwe cricket? Is Bulawayo still capable, for whatever reason, of producing Hitstrick, Sean Williams?
Oh yes, definitely. The talent is there.
Like even the cricket playing schools. Like we've got Falcon. Tadwa Nashemarman was at Falcon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
what is it about this region that is so conducive for cricket?
Right schools, I guess.
You used to just take it seriously.
Cricket has been taken seriously. Like I can tell you, for instance, schools are opening this term. I mean, this week.
Yeah.
Teams already have fixtures lined up for this Saturday.
Here we end up getting back to the argument we had on episode 1.
It's fine.
Because which schools?
No,
Falcon
all schools have cricket. Those who want to take cricket seriously are playing. If you're not playing cricket this week, I don't know, and you've got all the acres of fields, why are you not taking it up the next notch? Especially my former school, I'll be critical to them. Zimbabwe cricket was biased and built a cricket wicket, and what did we do with it? Nothing. Then we can't cry foul and say other people are doing what they have to do.
Yeah, true. Okay. We are running a little bit behind on our schedule. Next up, Bosso is choking.
That's a big word, man. City.
That's what I'm saying.
Why do you say Highlanders is
Yeah,
struggling?
I was saying, let's see. Lapha ngiyakutshintshela lo limi.
2-0 at this time is choking.
To who? That's a derby. That's a derby.
That's chicken in.
That's a
Chicken
derby.
in is one of
Title
the front
contenders.
runners for the league.
Tavazo, I'll tell you something.
This guy.
If it's a derby, and if you want to win the league, there's no game you must win more than that one.
I can tell you for a fact. Napoli lost. It's not a derby per se, but it's a big game. Napoli lost to Lazio on their way to the.
Do you remember when Chelsea was? Remember when Tottenham was about to win the league? Who do they lose to?
Okay, I think we're digressing.
No, my point is you've got to win that game, guys.
I know it's a derby. It's a derby.
If you'd said even the previous one, which
Platinum, FC Platinum.
Yeah, like this.
This is a tight game.
Like they've got a tough 3-game run.
There's Dynamos.
Dynamos.
Yes.
Dynamos is now smelling blood.
Yes.
You see?
They're not far off.
So that's my point. If Dynamos is smelling blood, is that an excuse to lose to them?
There's no excuse to lose. I mean, there are some big games where you can take form and throw it out of the window.
Did they draw? Did they lose? Did they lose to FC Platinum?
They lost 2-0. What?
So?
To FC Platinum.
You lost.
We lost, sorry.
Okay. Guys, that's so it one. Don't walk in your head. You called you there.
Very City there. That was to see now.
Well, look.
You know what? The issue which I have with when it comes to Highlanders, goals.
But
you goals win you the league. Trust me.
But as well as a good defense wins you matches, leagues.
A good defense wins you leagues, but
yes.
it also needs to be complemented by goals.
But we did try and look for a goal scorer in the form of Opril Chirinda, but then it was what it was. And then if you look across the market,
according to the coach, it is the executive, which and probably maybe because Aubrey Chirinda was expensive, 30,000.
That's a lot by Zimbabwean standards.
Then according to the coach, the executive ended up buying some guy who was playing for a Division 1 South African team.
You see now?
Because he has links to the founders, the royal family, the founders of Highlanders, something like that.
Yes, I think I saw that headline.
Oh, look, guys.
So
but I
you don't think they're choking? You think they'll still win it?
Highlanders. Oh, they're still. Are they like
2
points on clear on 31?
Hey, Manika Diamonds is flying.
Guys,
everyone's
when
flying.
I say they're choking,
what do you mean we're joking? I mean,
you've lost 2 on a bounce.
So
on the bounce.
To who?
You want to win the league. Who must you lose to?
To who?
If you want to win the league,
who is it okay that I'll get the most I'd have expected at Mandava versus FC Platinum would have been a point.
Do something. Don't lose. Okay, fine. Draw yakona but ladliwa. Yeah, but I'm saying you can't say if I were to losing and say you're gonna win the league.
If I were to cherry pick which games to lose, it would have been to these 2 teams that have beat us.
And Dynamos?
Dynamos world head BF, they're not winning that game. I can tell you, I can even give you a prediction to finish 1-0.
Look, I'll say it now if the rest are afraid. To me, looking at the form guide here, guys, my nigga is on a flyer, bro.
I would have thought if you told me that in case the Platinum have a better shot out of Bocho's story.
In case just lost. Maniga haven't lost in the past 5.
You know what?
So that's why I said they're on a flyer. That's what I said. They're on a flyer. They haven't lost in 5. Maniga has lost. Yeah. Ngezi has lost 2 of the last 5.
For me, Ngezi Platinum.
He's winning. So who's winning the league for you?
Highlanders is obvious, but then Ngezi Platinum might.
Who's winning the league for you?
It's still too early to go.
Well, Pastor,
is the Highlanders winning it?
Pastor.
Well, if you had asked me 3 weeks ago, yeah, I would say.
And now?
Now, hey, it's a bit tricky.
So you also think they might be choking it, but so why are you?
No, I think they're now under pressure.
That's
good. They're now under pressure.
You see what you are saying there? That is the definition of choking.
They're now under pressure.
Guys, you lose 2 games. You've been unbeaten in all the rest.
If Dynamos manages to
beat them,
that's not just a ball game.
After this weekend, Highlanders might be 4th on the log.
No, do you know that this weekend is a weekend where I think Gezi Platinum is playing Manica Diamonds? We can confirm. Highlanders is playing Dynamos. Just confirm.
Yes, playing Maniga time.
Just cross check. But all I know is that whatever happens at the end of this weekend will give us a bearing on how the title is going.
Because
Just
the way
please confirm that. I'm sure that's the fixture
losing
list.
these 2 games and
Just
has
check.
brought
Let's check.
Dynamos and Chicken in back into
Yes.
contention.
Everyone up to numbers. Up to number
And
5.
you wouldn't want
see.
to, you know, you watch Zimbabwe soccer.
This.
You wouldn't want a Chicken in which is on form.
To take it.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
see.
Anyway, like you guys are saying, it's too soon. We'll keep on looking at it. But to me, I mean, I have got nothing.
Who's going to win?
I was one of the people. I think someone who's got platinum is probably going to win. You decide which platinum is more winning.
Sort of, what of Caps United?
But what?
Caps is not winning the league.
No, what is it? What's happening?
It's
It's not on the main.
because I was one of the people that thought Bosso would do it.
Playing.
No, just he take.
I thought Bosso was
Thursday.
going to win it, huh?
Yeah, me too.
But
But,
now I'm
But
not
still
sure.
2 points on top.
But
I'm sorry, man.
I'm more worried about the goals.
No, as I
Because you
said,
can't win the league without them, no?
but with a good defense, you can win a league. And this is
How
Brito. I
will
mean,
you be winning?
How do you win?
you can chip on a 1-0. Yeah, okay. And our goal difference, we've got how many goals? We've scored 16,
16.
conceded 8.
You've played 21 games.
It's still okay. I think it's healthy. I mean, you're still on top of that.
You've
as
won.
well.
Highlanders has won as the same number of games as everyone below them.
Personally, I think this is Bosso's season.
You get
Come
that?
watch me.
Everyone in the top 4. Is
Why
winning
are
less
you
than-
writing out the support that it has so far? I know like how it go. How
Anyway,
it's play.
look,
Check who are playing.
2 in a row for me is not league winning form. But
But
anyway,
this is Zimbabwean football.
it's fine.
This is Zimbabwean football, bruh.
The beauty
You
about
can lose 5 and win the league.
the beauty
It has
about
happened before.
the beauty about these platforms is that these things remain. Eh?
Yeah.
Because the person you are losing to is
put it-
also if you're,
put
looking
it
at,
on
if you're talking
records.
about platinum, they're also vying to win it. But if you are losing to them,
Put it on record that Highlanders will win the league championship. And it's going to be interesting that the last game is against Ngezi Platinum.
it might be over before
FBF,
then.
so that should be good.
Might be over before then.
By who would have
See,
come?
the great thing about this season is there are about four or five teams
That are fine.
with a realistic chance.
Yeah,
So
what
we'll
you can say is that it has thrown it wide open. Not really
Yeah.
wide, yeah,
Because
open.
I think basically what Tenka is saying is with the form which Highlanders was in, I think they should have just taken advantage. But at the same time, the past 2 games, those are 2 of the best teams in the league.
So
The Platinum finished number 1 last season. Chicken finished number 2.
So you can see.
And you once met the Chicken in managing.
Yes.
So what did he say?
Like,
He
I
said,
know,
"We're tired of finishing."
We're
number 2."
gunning for it. We're going for it.
And obviously, FC Platinum wants to continue winning the league.
And
Anyway,
FC Platinum is
look,
not
guys,
that far off.
It's tricky.
the one thing, it's like at Arsenal, right? If you want to beat,
Because
if you want to win the league,
if
if you want to win the league,
Yeah.
you've got to beat Manchester City.
Because I won't be shocked if Highlanders even loses to Dynamos again. Because Dynamos, those guys, they give ultimatums, crazy ultimatums.
I know
and stuff.
to give credit to Dynamos, they've been playing well, especially Jalai. I know they've been doing well.
Well,
Isn't who bet
Kaka has taken over
Who
and
bet
is doing well.
at the
this
weekend.
Sunday?
Yeah, and that
So
guy's
that's-
name is Kaka.
We'll see. I think
That's
we
one
need
to
to
watch.
do a
A post-match.
post-match.
We can
Or
even
maybe
record it at PF.
interview people that side.
Actually, we can start off with Dynamos. I know where to find them.
Let's
I know where to
let's
find
go.
Dynamos players.
Let's go to the next thing, which is a topical issue on this podcast. Stadiums. CAF has released a list of eligible stadiums for the next round. Zimbabwe has got none.
Reason Kesty Covent promised that Sakunda is going to be working on national sports.
And results are there. We've seen images.
Isn't they got the mandate from the people? So
We've
They
been
will-
seeing the image. Yes.
We'll see.
So okay,
But
if-
I don't think it's November. Is it November? That's when the World Cup qualifiers
Yes.
start. I don't think November will be.
who are we
It's
playing?
close enough. So where will we play?
Isn't we've got the Benin, South Africa,
Yes.
that group.
So
Where
what's
will
our
we
first
play?
game?
I think most probably we'll play in South Africa.
I know what I've opted
Yeah.
for. I'd have
What's
opted to go to Francistan and play in Francistan.
Well, according to the CAF list,
It's
Botswana is
not-
not there.
So
But you know,
what are the
thing-
what are the CAF requirements?
No, the thing is, Botswana, I think they were renovating their stadiums.
So they opted
they-
out.
No,
Uh,
I like before every CAF game
cycle.
week, they release a list of stadiums which have been
What's
homologated.
what's
Botswana is not there.
what's-
Zambia has got one stadium.
Who's
We-
CAF's
we
first
have-
boards of first? Who's
we
CAF's
have some
first
very-
board of first instant?
we have-
instance.
we have, in my opinion, some very nice stadiums. What are they missing?
You know, like
What
for,
is what is that CAF ones that we
I'll
don't have
give
at
you an
our
example.
stadiums?
You can have a situation like Mandava. They do not have the good enough hotels.
Like
You
the
take
reason
into-
why FC
yes.
Platinum
Plays
plays their
at
CAF
PF.
games in Harare or Bulawayo.
Because then they don't
There's
have
no
a hotel that
hospitality.
matches that. Then I want to look at the media boxes,
Until they fix the media
connectivity.
box.
And you know, like you're not supposed to drive. Is it for more than how many kilometers? Is it 250
From the airport.
from the airport? So there are a lot of factors to look into. It's not just the stadium.
So, but
It's
what's wrong with
around the
BF?
state-
BF, there's the
around
hotel, there's the
the
airport.
stadium.
What's wrong with
The
BF?
playing
There are no
surface is
bu-
not up to scratch, and there are no
bucket
bucket seats, and there are no
Bucket
medias.
seats the whole stadium.
That's what CAF wants.
So we're not going to be
Those are
playing
the
CAF
standards.
in years. Huh? We're not going to
No,
be playing
no.
home games in years.
No,
bucket
national
seats-
sports
bucket
is being
seats.
sorted.
They're putting bucket seats at National Sports Stadium.
Guys, you are dead sure that next year we'll have bucket seats the entire national sports
Is it
stadium.
something that's
It's not a joke to
is
put
it-
bucket seats.
no? What do you mean? It's not. It's not a
We
joke.
don't have them.
Yeah.
No,
If it
it's-
was a joke,
it's-
we'd have them.
It's something which is easy to.
What's the
bucket seats.
stadium? The Hard Stadium. You know that stadium.
No?
That
the
Hard Stadium,
is
guys.
covered in
That
bucket seats.
No, wait.
From- according to the pictures I've seen.
Those pictures are like computer generated pictures.
The
AI.
The AI, those pictures.
No, from
No
what
one
they're
has seen that
telling us,
stadium.
from what they're saying, that's how the
No.
Hard Stadium would look like.
guys.
Why are we disputing the Hard Stadium?
Aren't those just...
No, we're talking about the stadiums. The Chizumbangi, the Greenfield
The
Stadium
Greenfield Stadium.
has been
But-
homologated
Oh.
by the board of first instance. So
Okay,
this
but
weekend they'll be
that-
playing games.
Bata Stadium.
Well, look, guys, I don't know. I don't have confidence that we will have bucket seats by next
Is
year.
it a matter of funding or what?
Projects are highly complex, yeah?
But you just said Sakunda is coming to.
For the National
Yeah,
Sports
but
Stadium,
also,
yeah.
look, it's not his fault, but it's not that easy.
What's
To
not
just say
easy?
tomorrow there'll be bucket seats. You know, he's tried to do it in many stadiums.
Who?
Sakunda. They've tried to improve many stadiums.
This is probably the first stadium
They've
he's
been
going to
given
work
the
on.
mandate to
Because
work on.
Rufaro Stadium, he was told go to hell.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway.
not hard. It's
And
not
did-
So for
hard.
the national-
Did you see the Rufaro Stadium picture?
No, that's a joke.
How long
only
do you
thing
think
that's
how long
nice is the
what, how
car
long
park.
do you think it would take to put to fill to
Bucket
put
seats.
a national
Doesn't
sports?
That
take
shouldn't be 2 months. 2 months is long.
Bucket
Even a
seats.
month. 2
Bucket
weeks.
seats.
2
Bucket
weeks.
seats.
2 weeks.
I think, yeah, probably a week or so.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Just 1 week.
maximum. Yes.
Bucket seats.
60,000.
If you
You understand?
get
Like you're
people
coming
who-
with one a day.
if you get people who know their job,
Yeah, just
like
give the
Sakunda is saying
contract.
they're talking to South Africans who did FNB Stadium, what.
See now, so because we're advanced
A week.
technologically, not to struggle, not even in the
Oh.
Stone Age.
Anyway, I like your confidence, gentlemen. We will. I mean, it's also Abanam Susungas week, eh?
Mm.
Susungas week.
But I don't think this year we'll be playing at home.
No.
Unless-
Because they still have to come and inspect.
But do you think it will be
at the
done
same
this year?
time. It will be done,
It will
but
be done.
this
That's what
year?
the minister said.
Okay. So we'll wait on it.
I'm sure straight after all this is settled, they're gonna get straight to work. Once the cabinet has been named.
Probably
who's the
they just
minister.
wait for the mandate.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right.
Just get
Yeah.
working.
So-
right now we don't have a minister of sports, remember?
Yes,
Yes,
it's
so,
all right. So next we've got guys, is Formula One dead?
I've watched Formula One for years. And for the past 2 years, it's been just flaccid. I mean, it's just predictable.
Is it
They
dead?
can take you days from the.
Well, it's not dead. It's just that we're in an era where we've got a very good driver who's got a very good car.
No, I'll tell you, as I told
Is
you
it-
that
I
I've
think
watched
it's the
Formula One over the years, even through Michael Schumacher's dominating years. You'd have an odd victory from even Rubens Barrichello, Jan Fisichella, even what's his name? This boy, Fernando Alonso, won it in a Renault
Yes.
in 2005. You know, then came in, what's this guy's name from McLaren?
Yeah.
Jensen Button.
Nah, not Jensen Button, the Finnish guy.
My question is,
Nikki, there's Kimi Raikkonen and Mika Häkkinen.
Yeah.
There's always coming. You know, like I'm calling all these names. Then you
Yeah.
get someone who's blasting through 11 races.
the
Honest.
team has won what,
But
14 in a row now.
But if you're good, you're good.
No, like Formula One has changed. Formula One has changed so much. I even struggle to watch it
Is
now.
it dead?
I don't want to say it's dead
It's
because
not
I love the sport, but it has become so predictable and they need to do something to bring back the competition.
Because he's winning again. That's for sure. This weekend.
It's just one-way
He's
traffic.
winning
and-
again.
I won't forget the day when Hamilton made pole. And people were very excited.
Yeah.
That's what it has got to.
He had gone to number 4.
That's what it has got to.
I remember you saying we've got to watch F1 Hamilton. When I'm like, well,
That's what-
he's on pole only because Max made a mistake.
That's
Remember?
what that even Carlos Sainz was on pole this weekend. So it's got to a point where people are now celebrating being on pole position.
Hey, I and I people say that the tifosi.
But how do you
It's sad.
how do you make it a bit more competitive?
The regulators gotta come in and nerf.
Guys, we'll
Red
talk
Bull.
about, there's a season when Jensen Button won it. That was the first season that DRS was introduced. It was Prawn GP. Prawn GP is the first team that introduced DRS. And what happened? The car was super fast. It was unraceable. This was unraceable. You know what they said? They're like, no. This technology you have to tell us, and it cuts across all the teams to bring it to be competitive.
But
There's
you see-
even a race that erased. There's just 2 of them.
Yeah. You see
People
the real-
boycotted.
You see,
So to
Tam-
bring up everything to standardize the cars, let it be about driving.
Tam.
Let it be about the driver. Because if you put Carlos Sainz in a Red Bull car,
Tam,
you
Formula
win.
One
Tam,
by its
right
the
now-
way it is, and it can't be just about drivers. Because that's why there's also a constructors law.
In fact,
It's always been there.
the race-
It's always been
Yeah,
there.
the
But
competition
it's
is
always
be about
been
the
there.
drivers.
Let's
But
the-
it
Let's
can't
go.
be. It
Let's
can't be.
look,
It
let's-
should also be about
the
the
competition. No. Formula One, it's got nothing to do with the drivers. It's a constructors championship. That's what gets the most.
No. So why did the FIA come out and say, Prawn GP, you're gonna kill the sport. Share this technology. That's why we have DRS this day and
but
age.
look at this. If you look at
Wait. Who do you support in Formula One? Red Bull.
No, I support Max Verstappen, not
Red Bull.
necessarily.
Itamato is a Red Bull fan, I know. I am not even gonna ask
But what does
that.
that? But what does that?
You're like the Morton Manchester City fan.
But what's wrong with supporting Red Bull?
Nothing is wrong. You've got choice to
Because
support
remember,
who you want
he
to
was an
support.
underdog until 2 years ago.
As an underdog to lose Hamilton.
For the past 8 years, Lewis Hamilton was sweeping it, wiping the floor. And in my opinion,
It's become boring.
In
It's
my-
not dead, but it's
in my
become so
opinion,
one-sided and
it's
predictable.
the rules that govern the engineering have become so stringent, so restrictive, right?
So do you think
That
Toro Rosso will
they will
ever win?
find- They'll find it difficult to change the rules to nerf Red Bull now because, like right now, right? Do you
Yeah,
know?
no,
Is
it's a shit,
it quite clear what's making them so much better?
We need financial fair play. in Formula One.
It's there now.
Yeah, they brought it. And actually, Red Bull preached.
Yeah, last season, yeah,
They preached a lot
by
of...
60,000,
They preached. So...
and then they were punished, and this year they are still
You
punished.
know what? Can you see how MotoGP is going? MotoGP, they never changed anything. I now watch MotoGP more than Formula One. Yes. I now look at the Pinalias, Brad Binders, I'm happy Quattararos. It's competitive. It's not
Anyway.
better.
But I don't know if we can blame Red Bull and Max for being so much better than everyone else.
No, I do.
They should stop being good.
No, the FIA should just step in.
And do what?
Just regularize the thing. Just
It's
make
it's
it
really,
more
really
competitive.
regulated, bro.
It's not.
Such that getting
It's
getting half a
not.
second, like a tenth of a second per lap.
But what was the story with Mercedes? Mercedes was Mercedes they reduced. I don't know what exactly they did then, but the FIA was like Mercedes when Lewis Hamilton was dominating.
Yes.
They told them to change a few things, twerk it down. Then they
No,
did
no,
that.
no.
Even check.
Auntie,
Toto Wolff was
auntie-
complaining the other
auntie,
time.
in it,
He's like, but when you guys,
the-
when we're dominating, you came to us and told us, no, you power the engine and stuff.
When
Change
the-
this.
when
The
the-
new rules that were implemented to try and curb the dominance of Mercedes.
when the new regulations came in, what I believe happened with Mercedes is that they were overconfident. They thought to themselves, "There's no way anyone's gonna develop a car that's better than ours." It so happened that Red Bull was miles ahead of them.
Who is the fastest car?
Right now, Red
Red
Bull.
Bull.
At some point, it was Aston Martin. Eh?
No, never.
No, Aston Martin is quite a fast car.
car,
but it's not
not the
fastest.
fastest.
Ah, well, but so I mean, if you've got a fast car, you're going to lose.
That's why you were seeing Lance Stroll starting sometimes fourth.
But now they are.
Yeah,
But
just
what
like
about the
they are
small
lambish.
guys? As I said, Alpha Tauri,
Alpine.
Alpine. So those guys are just going to be there.
Yeah, it's a money game, bruh.
No, but I think there's going to be something at the end of the season. It's unfortunate Benny Eccleston is no longer involved.
The real
If
problem-
Benny Eccleston was still at the helm of the FIA,
The real
there would
problem.
have been a lot of rule changes.
The real problem with Formula One is you can't change the rules until after, I think, what is it? Is a 3-year interval.
3-year cycle.
Yeah, 3-year cycle.
But
So next year's car is already the rules were released 3 years ago.
I think so.
So Max, if nothing happens, should be, unless
Even his own
It's a
teammates can't
procession.
drive against. It's a
George,
procession.
you know what I thought was going to happen is I thought they were going to let Max and Perez race against each other. That way they were going to
Some-
kind of make it interesting.
Then they went for team rules.
No, but Perez is horrible.
No, the first 2-3
Yeah.
races, it looked like they were going to be
Yeah,
racing.
he was winning some races.
Then,
But if you're Perez, your team has already won the constructors title.
no,
a quarter
remember
into the thing.
when Nico
Nico
Yeah.
Rosberg.
Yeah.
he was neck and neck with Hamilton the whole season.
Yeah.
Wasn't it exciting?
It was.
You know?
Yeah, and
But Perez hasn't, since maybe 7 races ago, he's not been. No. What am I
what's the
saying?
incentive?
Maybe 10 races ago.
What's the
To be
incentive?
the world champion.
Come on, John. And I'm sure between the two of them, Max Verstappen being the senior driver, I won't be surprised if his car is faster than Sergio Perez's car.
But that's
possible.
That
It's
would be
possible.
That's his mechanics and his driver. They must agree. It's not our fault. What
He's the lead driver,
Who?
Max Verstappen. So you
Yeah.
always get
It's
the
not,
better
it's not like
protect.
no, it's not like he's the lead driver because he's better. He's the lead. It's not like he gets a better car because he's the lead driver. He's the lead driver because they've made his engineers have made
I mean,
the
personally,
better twigs.
as a Ferrari man, Formula One, and the drivers there.
Ferrari. Okay, let's go to
Actually,
the next.
hope we get what's his name. This guy is reserve driver at Red Bull.
Who?
The Australian, Danny Badger. Yeah,
Daniel- no,
Danny
Daniel-
Badger.
Daniel is
He's been
injured,
in
but I don't think they let him
places.
go because
He's there. He's racing for who's it?
Alpha Tauri. No, he's injured.
What happened when?
He hurt his wrist 2 races ago, I think. So these past 2 races he didn't race.
So detached from Formula One I've been. I'm with my motto.
Watched one, we've watched them all. Last but not least, gentlemen, Rugby World Cup. Who takes it?
New Zealand.
Springboks again, as you can see. And Lehtegang. Iyabuya. If you say it, Maibuye.
I think it goes to.
But no, not to write New Zealand off. They've got the most experienced squad. At the same time, they might be the oldest as well. So
Yeah.
tired legs.
They have the most experience, but teams to watch out. The hosts, they're ranked number 1 right now. Or is it
Yes.
Ireland?
France.
France and Ireland. And they are looking good.
So you think Australia is going to show us a surprise?
No,
What about England?
no.
England, I would say no.
Any dark horses?
I think the surprise can come from Argentina.
May Argentina or pull off a
Argentina would
Argentina
be-
to win or to upset
No,
some big
just
boys?
just to
to go on a run like what Japan did the other day.
Okay.
yeah, I'm also backing Argentina on that one. Their first game is against England. That should give us an idea
That's a
of
good
how
one.
it'll
That's a good
go.
one.
But I think being in the northern hemisphere, England will win that game.
You know, sometimes it's painful. Like the other time I was talking to Brendan Dawson.
Yeah.
He was telling me we used to play Argentina. Like we're on the same level with Argentina.
Yeah.
Do you know?
we were
Do you
in
know who else
Argentina.
is coming close to that level?
Yeah.
Uruguay is getting close to.
Uruguay.
Uruguay is the Argentina of the times.
Oh.
Yes, Uruguay. Yeah,
But you know, Uruguay, we played Uruguay at the under 20s.
yeah, we did.
They hammered us.
They hammered us. Yeah, Uruguay is the Argentina of the times right now. So in a few more years' time, don't be surprised. It's just that they're a small country. It's less than 3 million people, but
Yeah.
But how does New Zealand do it with 4 million people?
It's
it's a cultural
machine,
sport. No, it's a cultural sport.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a cultural sport. You start off from their tribes, you know. It's just in them.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
islands.
It's a
around
machine.
them.
Everything about New Zealand just lives and breathes rugby.
Even cricket. Not
Imagine
only
just-
rugby.
imagine-
There's a time where they won the Cricket World Cup.
Yeah.
The
They,
T20.
they nearly won the World Test Championship.
Yeah.
Got to the World Cup final and lost it in the Super Over.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the only championship they've won is the Test Championship.
But you put together this unique ingredient of these really big stout. They've got a very unique physique.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Like,
athletic, and you're also huge at the same time.
But then if we're
like
good on that,
I think I
USA,
get what you're saying. Like Brazil when it comes to
To
soccer.
soccer, yeah. It's just
Brazil's
a,
got
Something they do
numbers.
effortless.
yeah.
Yeah.
In New Zealand, you've got this very, very unique thing where of course a lot of the other islands in the area share that same genetic makeup, where there's these really big guys that are also very, very, very athletic, right? But then in New Zealand, you then have this well-founded infrastructure of rugby, where their school setup and everything is good. The others like Tonga and Fiji, you can see that they've got the body, but that little pot that they've just cooked just seems to work.
Just to hold you on that thought. Where then does that leave Australia? Because they're in the same region.
No,
Yeah, but Australia is not a bad team.
The same format.
What makes them
the
bad?
same thing which happens in New Zealand? I think it's the same
Same
thing
thing
which
that
happens in
happens in
Australia.
Australia.
But Australia is bigger, and they've
They've
got
got
more
numbers.
options.
Yeah.
They've got more
It's
options.
more
But
difficult.
why are
They've
they
got-
bad?
They've got Aussie rules.
Why are they? Why
Are
are
they
they not
bad?
that good?
No,
Australia has been terrible.
Australia is a top tier rugby team. They've
Yeah.
just been terrible.
They've been
They're just like
terrible.
a Belgium.
At the high level,
Asian
yeah.
football.
But they're doing many other things other than
Australia is
just
doing
cricket.
many other things. Cricket,
Same as
they're
New
there.
Zealand.
Yeah, but like not like what
No,
rugby.
New
Rugby.
Zealand, when it comes to cricket term, it's only the past 5 to 10 years when they've started really. But otherwise, before that,
It was
they were
just
a
rugby.
level ahead of Zimbabwe, the hit streak Zimbabwe and stuff. They were just a level.
All they
ahead.
do, they wake up, they go to bed every day. It's just rugby.
Australia are good in soccer, in football.
I
To
couldn't
the extent-
rugby.
No, I'm just giving you the options which they have. They're good in football. They always make the World Cup. They even had to leave their confederation to go play in Asia
They've
because
got-
of lack of competition in Oceania.
Also
They are good in
another thing is
basketball.
They're
Numbers.
good in basketball.
Numbers.
They've got one of the
Australia,
best basketball leagues in the world.
cricket.
Yeah, they're good in cricket.
they're good
Aussie
in
rules,
cricket. They've got Aussie rules.
Numbers.
netball.
Numbers as well. Not like Australia has got, I think, maybe 4 times to 5 times the population of New Zealand.
If not 6.
Yeah, New Zealand is a small
Much
country.
more. Yeah.
So
Yeah, but look, we're looking forward to sport this weekend
we need
We've
to watch the first game together.
for sure. Do you want to go live?
no one watch the game, then talk after.
You don't want to go? No, let's just go live. But anyway, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Forgot to pay the bills today. We want to give a special shout out to Fish Eagle Sound once again for the crystal clear sound, for coming to you in the most audible way. Shout out to Blessing for producing for us today. Special shout out to TK Sports. Please get you all your sports apparel, regalia, any sport, any team, anytime. We'll have all these businesses listed below in our description, and a special shout out to Forever Fresh as well. So thank you so much, gents. It's been good as always, and Tam Logistics.
Yes, we will be seeing those posters.
So thank you guys. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to share, comment, subscribe. If you've got thoughts, things that you want us to comment on, please put them in the description below. And for me and the column, peace.
Yes,